very pleased with our guys from an effort standpoint tonight. I thought that in the beginning of the game, Wake Forest had a great game plan. They obviously, the time off from games gave them opportunity to get in the gym, and they shot extremely well from the perimeter. And every time we gave them an uncontested three in the first half, they knocked it down. And I thought that really was somewhat challenging for us because they had not been shooting that well. But I thought they executed very well. I thought they changed their defenses up. They kind of threw us off a little bit, and it was very difficult. And I thought the difference in the game was we had some guys winning the game there, our rotation guys in the first half, and they played extremely hard. Didn't play that well, but I thought they played extremely with a lot of aggressiveness. And I thought the residual effect over a long period of time, we gave our starters a little bit of rest, and I think those guys were a lot more, we were fresher as we got into the second half, and I thought that we were able to get a sprint. They got the lead, the extended lead, and then they were not as comfortable staying in their zone. We were able to kind of get some separation. I admire Wake Forest because they've had a challenging season, but their effort, as you watch the film, the effort has always been there. And for starting some young players like they did tonight, those guys have grown up. And at some point in time, you expect Wake Forest to be one of those teams that step up and bite somebody before the year's out. And had our guys not played with such great effort tonight, thought we moved the ball around, made the extra pass. We were locked in. Obviously, Chris gave us a big night by just hanging around the basket, getting some tip-ins and putbacks, and he finished very well. We had a lot of guys contribute. We were able to, our plan was to try to get a few more guys in the game because we have 3 games now in 7 days. And we had some guys came in, Devin and Savoy and Polite. I thought they gave us a good lift along with Gray. And we're going to need that so we can stay fresh as we go down this little stretch of games.
Questions for Coach?
Chris had a season high today in points and rebounds and finished with the first double-double of his career. Can you talk about how the impact of his presence in the paint has been throughout the season, even in games when his numbers didn't stand out on a stat sheet?
Well, if you go back and look at the last 4 or 5 games that Chris has played, he's been rebounding at a high clip. He's been contesting shots, blocking shots, and even when he's not blocking shots, he's contesting shots and he's discouraging people from driving in the lane. So he's become much more aggressive. Fiondu's been playing very, very well, so maybe Chris's minutes haven't been up, but he's been extremely effective. We have not been getting the ball to him as much as I think we should, or Fiondu for that matter. The game the other day, we had 85 possessions. We only threw the ball to the post 14 times. So we're making more of an effort to try to get the ball inside the Fiondu and Chris. And I thought tonight that he took it upon himself to be a little more aggressive around the basket. I think our guys were looking for him a little bit more, and we placed a lot of emphasis in that area this past week.
How nice is it, to be able to get your rotation guys extended minutes in kind of ACC action in a game like this?
Well, we intended to get them in regardless of what was going on. Tonight they were very effective when they went in. Devin was locked in. Polite, I thought, played with a lot of energy. Nichols has been consistent. He didn't score a basket, but he gave us tremendous leadership on the floor. We're the kind of team that will have different guys step up every night. But we're trying to get ourselves to the point where we get everybody playing well at the same time. And that's been kind of a moving target with us. But that's what we're working toward, trying to get everybody to settle down and start, and during this time of year, start trying to get in sync with each other. And hopefully that will give us a chance to finish the last part of our regular season strong.
Leonard, how did you feel about the way you guys defended in the second half?
Well, I thought we defended. They make shots. We like to hold everybody to 29%. They're not going to do that. But I thought our effort was good, and they hit some threes that we really contested very well. And I thought that they did a very good job. They shot 40%, which is, overall it was 38%. But I thought our effort was good. That team, they had some schemes that were somewhat challenging for us. We had a hard time with Brown. We had a hard time with Childress. I thought that we did a very good job of not letting them get in rhythm. But overall, I thought the effort was good, and I can live with that.
Coach, at the close of the first half, where you kind of made that little run to give yourself some cushion, I thought it was 4 starters and Devin. Has he kind of grown a little bit in confidence?
Well, we have not. Devin didn't play in the last 2 games, and it wasn't anything other than we just shortened our rotation up because they tried to went with our more experienced players in those last 2 games. But he along with Polite and Gray and even Wyatt, those guys have been working very hard in practice, and they've shown some promise. And I had just a feeling that if they got in the game and got a few minutes, that they would do well, and they did tonight.
21 assists on 35 field goals. Can you just talk about the selfless nature of this basketball team?
Well, what our theme has always been try to play as hard as you can and play as unselfish as you can. And we don't want guys being passive. But tonight I thought that we were locked in, moving the ball, making the extra pass, and trying to create for each other. You like to see your team developing that type of chemistry this time of year.
Just mentioned chemistry, and you've always talked about connectedness. What is it like just to see the joy from your starters when you're able to get the reserves and the walk-ons out there and they're producing in the...
This team, I would have to say, they're well connected. I mean, they call themselves 18 strong, and that's the truth. From the walk-ons to whoever is supposed to be the leader of the team, everybody blends in and they have a voice. The green team, they call themselves the Vipers. They do a tremendous job of helping us prepare for every game. And it's not like we beat up on them. Those guys are very effective in executing the other team's offense and defense, and gives us a realistic view of what we have to prepare for. And they, when guys come out of the game, those guys have a responsibility of watching them and giving them information about what they think they're doing and what they think they could be doing better, how close they are coming to consistently executing the game plan.
Coach, PJ Savoy was 3 for 4 from beyond the arc today. How important is a night like tonight to help him?
Well, that was pleasant for my, what they say, a sight for sore eyes. But I really, we need him, to be a little more consistent. I thought tonight he's had a little different look, a little bounce to his step. He was extremely confident. He was not hesitant at all. And if we can get him back to shooting the ball the way we know he's capable, it's going to make a tremendous difference, especially as we go these 2 games on the road that we're facing.
Anybody else set?